Hello and welcome to the FY06 video. Thanks for tuning in. So today we'll be doing a closer lookup of the Feiyue FY06 here. Let's just get started with the body. So when you're taking it off, you have to undo a little bit of the body panel to get at a couple of the screws. So you just have to take off 1, 2, 3 screws there, and that allows you access to get into the screw there. Same on the other side. And then there's a couple screws. You have to come up through the bottom here, here, and here, and then a couple more in the back, and 2 in the top. And that's all you have to do to take out all the screws to get the body off this thing. Alright, let's have a closer look up here. You can see it's a little dirty from when I had it out at the park there. Well, as we can see here, we've got the speed controller. I put a little bit of extra hot glue because it had come loose. It's got a nice big heatsink on it, as you can see. Then under here we've got the receiver, which is a standard receiver, very nice to see, with a standard servo, not standard size, but a proper servo. So these can all be replaced independently, which is very nice. And if we go look at the motor, you'll see they use an outrunner and not an inrunner, which is different. Usually outrunners are more for helicopters and things like that, and planes, not for road vehicles, but that doesn't matter. You can use it whatever you want. It does look a little small in there compared to the inrunner that would be in there. As you can see, it does get some cooling when it spins. It's got these fins right there. Now you might notice I have changed the front suspension. I took off the rocker arms right here. Let's just go over how I did that quickly. So these arms would sit, which side was this one on? Would sit on this little peg here, and this rocker arm would go down to where the shock is now hooked up. And then the shocks are back here. So you just remove the rocker arms, and one of the pieces that comes spare in a bag is this piece right here, and it just sits into there, screws into the front 2 screws there and the rear 2 screws there, and then you can do traditional suspension mounting, which I quite like to have the option for. I had to cut the springs on these shocks because they were super stiff because they were activated with the lever before. So now it's still a little bit springy. I'm gonna replace these shocks because it's too springy for me, but I was gonna replace all the shocks anyways, so that's nothing new. Let's have a look at the rear suspension now. So as you can see, it's got the laying down shocks there, activated by the, now I can't think of the word, the rocker arm. Right there. So if you want, you can go to a traditional suspension setup where you have a shock going down here and a shock going down here on both sides. So what you would need to do to be able to do that, you'd have to take off the rocker arm here. You know what, let's go ahead and just show you what you would have to do. Take this rocker arm off, just with 1 screw. Obviously you'd have to disconnect some other things here too. But just for mounting the suspension itself, what you would do is you take this other piece, which I did not know what it was for when I was unboxing it, and it would screw into the side here, like so. You would also have to get another one of these type of, my brain's forgotten the word for that. But anyway, on the back here, this is not a very good angle. Let's see if I can do a better angle here. As you can see, there's no place to hook the shock into. So you have to replace these links with the kind like this. But then you could run, shocks down to the front set, or to the front set of the rear wheels, and then shocks down to the rear set of the rear wheels. So you could have completely traditional suspension setup on there if you wanted. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it. I might keep this setup. Really not sure what I'm going to do yet. Let me just get this hook back up though. So the next thing we're just going to quickly look at is the battery tray. Like I said in the last video, it's got a nice big battery tray. You can fit nice big batteries in it. So this is just a standard size battery, 5,000 milliamp hours, 50C as you can see there, 2S. And it fits perfectly into this battery tray. As you can see. So you can run nice big batteries with the FY06, which is really very nice. And so the one last piece that I didn't know what it was for when it came, although I figured it out fairly quickly, is if you need body posts in the front, this can mount on top of the suspension tower here, or shock tower, like so, and you would just put a couple screws down through these holes, and then you could mount body posts up in the front there. So that does give an option for body posts in the front if you need that. So that's another very nice thing to see. So overall, I'm quite liking the FY06 here. I think they've done some good improvements over the previous Feiyues. I can't wait to get some more work on this. One of my plans over the winter is I don't really like this body style as much as I would like to. I kind of want to replace it. I'm thinking I wouldn't mind just having a cab up here and a flat bed out back. Not really sure exactly if that's what I'm going to do or what the deal will be. But definitely I want to do something. But I'm thinking it's going to be a cab and a flat bed, but it might not be. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.